Hi guys, hope you're having a great day. So I'm just going to jump right into this video today because we have got a busy few weeks coming up. We've decided to go ahead and redo the retaining wall and fix some of the drainage in the backyard. So I have got to pull a bunch of plants and shrubs out of the front beds and along the vegetable garden and put them in some nursery containers until the workers finish everything they're doing, and then I can go back in and then redo the beds exactly as I want them. But let me show you what we're going to be doing with the wall, and then I'll take you out front and show you what I'm going to do with the beds. So here is where the retaining wall starts, and it goes all the way to the front yard. And I'm going to take you right along the side of it so you can see and get a better look of kind of how it's kind of leaning over to the left side. You can kind of see the fence as well. That's why we need to fix this retaining wall and actually just replace it. We're going to be using pressure treated wood because, you know, it's just budget friendly. But let me just go alongside here and you can see the gap between the brick post, where the fence should be, and where the fence is right now because it's been leaning over. And now we're going to walk through the gate that we can walk through now that the fig tree has been pruned and my hedge of dead shrubs. Here we are in the front yard looking straight back to the backyard, and you can see this brick concrete retaining wall. My dad put this up when he first bought this house. This is my childhood home, and I am currently here with Mo and Shuey. And this, let's see, I'm what, 100 and some years old? So this has been here for decades, and it's just deteriorated over time. It's held up well for the amount of time that it's been here, but clearly, yeah, it needs to be redone. The wall goes all the way to the back, but it's leaned over so much that it's now like a couple inches from the neighbor's fence line, and their shrub and our bushes have completely just grown together. I used to be able to walk all the way back there. Yeah. And this whole hedge is going to be ripped out. Yeah, half the hedge died because of a bad decision. We had these two downspouts there and there. They go underground. They meet somewhere here in like a Y connector, and they run all the way down to this little downspout right here, this little pop-up emitter. And unfortunately, it was just too much water for these ewes to survive. And so Mo and I decided we would put a catch basin next to it and get rid of some of the water. And we ended up running the pop-up to right over there. But it was too late. These had already succumbed to the excessive water. The contractors will be here in a few weeks. They're going to dig up all the shrubs along this front and back hedge and take down the wall and rebuild it back up again using pressure treated wood, which I'm thinking I may want to stain it black to match the shutters in the house. I'm not sure yet, but I will have to dig up the hydrangeas and the blueberry bush, take down the vegetable trellis and where I had my vegetable garden, but that's not what I'm going to be doing today. Today, I'm going to be working on the front flower bed. This right here, because I have another company that's coming in a few weeks, because this section over here, we had the foundation waterproofed and they regraded the soil, and it's been about a year and the soil has settled and I can start to see part of the vinyl membrane, and so they need to come back in and regrade this whole section over here. I'll turn the camera around in 1 second to show you, but there is a negative grade where the lawn meets the landscape bed that they need to fix. So let me just turn around real quick and show you. Here is the bed, and that's obviously the lawn. These are the two downspouts, and let me show you how I noticed that something was going on. Aside from being able to see some of the vinyl membrane in the back, I also noticed in the gutter right there that the screw that's holding this up was up here, and now it's kind of dragging it down. So that's not good. We need to get that out and fixed. And here is the front porch and the sidewalk, and you can see, I don't know if you can see it right there and right there, but it's kind of going into itself, and there's a definite dip all the way down, and there's some more of the vinyl membrane peeking through. So they are going to come in and dig up all of this section of lawn, fold it over, and then just regrade everything to a positive grade. Fold the lawn back over, tamp it all down, and water in it and pray the lawn goes. So I'm going to dig everything up and put them in nursery containers to hold them over. I'm going to scrape all of this mulch off. There is landscape fabric down underneath this mulch because this grass is very aggressive, and I needed something to kind of help me keep it out of the bed. But I'm going to take it all out, and when I redo this bed again, I'm not going to be using landscape fabric again. I'm just going to be I'm going to bring this bed out a little more and just make the edge deeper and sharper, because I'm not a super huge fan of landscape fabric, but I will use it as needed. Here is my little cart of goodies that I'm going to use today. I've got a bunch of different size nursery containers, a kneeling pad, some bags, a little rake, and I've got my little trenching shovel over here. I like this shovel. Let me bring it over here so you can see. I kind of like this shovel versus a standard shovel. I just like how it's just more narrow, and for digging all of these up, I kind of like it better just because it's a more precise type of a dig or into the ground, you know what I mean. And I don't want to damage any of the roots. I'm going to try and get as much of the root ball out as I can for these plants, so that way while they're hanging out in their nursery containers, they'll be happy. I'm going to start by raking up all the mulch, then I'm going to take back all the landscape fabric and discard both of them, and then I'm just going to work from the front row back and slowly just get each plant out of the ground and into a nursery container. And that way the contractors have a clean slate to work with, and I don't have to worry that they're going to damage any plants. All right, here I go. Alright guys, I want to show you one reason why I'm not a super huge fan of landscape fabric. I've got roots sitting on the top soil right there. I have no idea what plant they are from, but I'll find out. This is the bed that I worked on today. I removed all the mulch, I took up all the landscape fabric, even found a 1-inch rubber edging that I had completely forgotten about that had sunk in down and the grass was growing over it. And I removed all the shrubs and put them back in their nursery containers, and then just came back in with my little rake and leveled everything off. So when the contractors come next week, they can come in and they're going to remove part of this grass. They're just kind of folded over, and then they're just going to regrade everything from here to about here, and then fold the grass back over. And then once everything is settled in, I'm going to come in and re-edge this bed somehow. Not quite sure yet, but that's my plan. Now let's go over to where all the plants went. And we're also going to be doing the same thing to this bed. Isn't that pretty? And here's where everything ended up. So this whole front row was already here. That's just some Sweet Romance lavender, pink profusion salvias. These are a couple of figs that I potted up, and some lettuce. But this is where it starts. This is everything that we dug up today. Those are the azaleas, those are the boxwoods, the couple of first editions Love Child Sweet Spires, the Vanilla Spice Summer Sweets right over there, and the 2 buddleias over here. These are the Pugster series. There's a periwinkle and a pinker, and I think I'm the most concerned about the buddleias because they are wilting and they're kind of in shock a little bit. So I think they'll be okay. They just kind of need to settle in for a couple days. There is also another little buddleia that got broken on the front bed, so I just dug it up and put it in a little container, and it should grow big and strong. I've done this before, so hopefully it works this time too. And I did go and water everything in, and so now they will just hang out here for the next couple weeks. I will come out and check on them and water them. I will fertilize the azaleas a little bit. I'll just make sure they're all happy and healthy while they're hanging out here. All right guys, so I think this is a good place to stop the video. I feel really good about everything I got done today. I cleaned everything out. I've got everything on the patio, watered in sun. Hopefully they kind of calm down from their little shock, and I think they will. And I'm gonna be taking you guys along with me for this whole transformation from the flower beds and the retaining wall, because I think it's kind of fun to see something like a project go from start to finish or beginning to end or whatever, you know, and just kind of watch everything just kind of come together, especially when, you know, in the beginning it kind of looks like a total mess and it's like a big, huge construction site and just things everywhere, and you're just kind of like, oh my God, what am I doing? But in the end, it's always worth it, and I'm just ready to go along for the ride and take you guys with me. All right, so thanks guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.